afternoon. So, last day of Latin and revising, yay! So my test is tomorrow, and how am I feeling? Better than yesterday, but still, I should be alright. I'm just going to spend the whole evening going over my vocab and memorising all of the words and all of the things, and hopefully it will be great, but I'm feeling a lot better than yesterday, admittedly. And it should be alright, but it sounds like the rest of the class is sort of at the same point I am, so I'm not way behind, which is always encouraging. So this will be the last time I have to do lots and lots of Latin, and you'll hear me going on about lots of Latin because this is the test tomorrow, and then there is another one for like a month's time, so... So today was my first day back at uni since I started the project, the vloggy vlogs, and it was cool. I had morning classes. I thought I had an afternoon class, but it was in the morning as well, so that's really good. It's okay when I mess up my timetable because all of my days I'm at uni start with 9 AM Latin. That's the first class of the day, is the earliest option, is 9 AM is Latin. So I'm always going to be there, so if I mess up the times it just means it's not a problem. I either have to stay longer or I have to go straight to class and then get to go home early, which is what I did today. I just went to classes and then came straight home and sat here and did Latin for hours. And I get to do some more after I'm done with this, but that's alright. So I was trying to think of a topic for today that wasn't obviously Latin, and I ended up thinking possibly I'd do something similar to what one of my Tumblr followers did, which was on her first day she was talking about usernames and how sometimes you really feel trapped by a username, or you get embarrassed by one that you thought was really great a year ago or 2 years ago or 5 years ago, and now you're stuck with it and you're like, man, this does not represent me at all. So I've been through a lot of usernames in my time on the internet. I started out getting my first email account when I wanted to start a website for Cardcaptor Sakura because I was a big fan. I'm still a big fan, though possibly not as much as I was. So I started out just with the name Sakura Lee because it was the first thing I thought of. You know, early teenager, you do what you can. And that's what I went with for a long time. And I've actually still got that email address because it's not worth changing it at this point because everything sends stuff there and then you have to... too much work. And from then I kind of went through a whole stage of different ones. There's always the Neopets ones. I was Little Flying Nimbus with 2 underscores and an LIL because little was taken. And Baby Blue Angel, yes. I like that account. That was my favourite of my Neopets accounts, but I really regret the name now because it was terrible. And then from there I joined Gaia Online, and at the time my friends were calling me Smiggy. That was my nickname. It's actually still my nickname to certain people. So I went as Smiggy-chan because I was into anime at the time, and you have to add chan to the end of everything at that point. I've since changed that name, so it's just Smiggy now. And then from there it's in the last couple of years, I've gone through heaps and heaps of usernames between joining the Harry Potter fandom and joining Nerd Fighters and all the other new fandoms that I've joined. So I've sort of cycled through. I went from things like Day to Nikolai, which is the name of a character for a comic I probably will never actually make. And the previous one to this was Expecto Kiwiland, which I still use in a lot of places. My Twitter is still Expecto Kiwiland and things like that. But I'm moving more towards the Owlish themed ones because they're kind of generic. I'm not going to change. The reason I don't like Expecto Kiwiland is I plan on moving around. I don't want to just be associated with New Zealand all the time, so I kind of pick something that's more generic. And owls are they are my favourite animal, or one very highly ranked in my favourite animals. I have trouble picking favourites of anything because I always have to justify it, and I like this one, but I like this one, and they're for different reasons, so I don't have favourites usually, so it's one of my favourite animals, let's put it that way. So at the moment everything is owlish, so this is Owlish Fun, and my Tumblr is a bit of Owlish Fun, and then I've got the email Owlish Fun, and everything I've been signing up for recently has been Owlish Fun, so that's kind of cool. But it is funny how you go through those stages, and it seems perfect when you pick it, and then 6 months down the line, a year down the line, 3 years down the line, you're going, man, that was right at the time, but it just doesn't work anymore. So yeah, usernames are pretty interesting, so I thought that'd be a fun topic to talk about. If you have cool usernames or really poor usernames, you should really put them in the below, and I will reply. And always comment. I love comments so much, and I promise I will always reply to your comments because I really like them. I guess that's all for now. Wish me luck for my test tomorrow. I'm sure I'll be fine, but whatever. Once it's done, it's done. I can't worry about it anymore. Tomorrow, and I'll let you know how the test went. I'm sure you're so tired of Latin by now, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I don't think there's anything else happening. I am going to go and have my dinner now, and you guys are going to do whatever you do now, and I'll see you tomorrow.